Alright, so a few days ago, a pretty big change came to Fortnite Save the World. You can now earn Battle Pass XP for Battle Royale at the end of Save the World missions. And there are quite a few different mission types. A couple of fan favorites are like Retrieve the Data, because you can start these missions relatively quick. You just shoot down the balloon and you're off to the races. 8-minute defense, you're in, you're out. And then there are some unpopular ones like Evacuate the Shelter, where you have to wait 10 minutes, there's no way to speed it up, and then there's a 6-minute defense after that. And that's just the whole mission. You can't really do it faster. And I wanted to break it down and find out which missions are the absolute best for getting Battle Pass XP in Fortnite Save the World. Now, there are a couple of caveats. First and foremost, I don't think that any of these methods are strictly faster than Battle Royale. Doing Battle Royale challenges in Battle Royale is still going to be better, but if you're somebody who enjoys Save the World and you want to know which mission types will give you the best bang for your buck, there are a couple of options. Now, couple of disclaimers. I mean, first and foremost, I want to mention that I'm going to be skipping over Storm Shields and a lot of seasonal stuff, like anything in the Haunted Hotel. I'm just not doing it. Trap the Storm, a lot of these aren't really available year-round, so we're going to be skipping a lot of them. Storm Shields especially, you can only do these once, so they're great while you're going through the game, but you can't repeat, Plankerton Defense 7 ever again, and I'm not even sure that you'd want to. And another one is like Frostnite. This is not the fastest, by the way. It's not bad, actually, but it's not the fastest way to do that, because it's going to take you about an hour 45 minutes to do that, so I just kind of skipped it. And then finally, endurance. I'm not going to be factoring endurance into this because again, I don't think it's really worth the time. I think there are better, quicker missions. However, I know a lot of you like to AFK endurance overnight, and I guess if that's your deal and that's something you like doing, that's just free profit. If you're literally not there, then it doesn't really factor. It doesn't really matter how fast you're going. However, I wanted to do the math for missions like the Atlas, where you can't just AFK the whole time. You have to actually put the blue glow in and find out which ones are best. So I'm going to show all my math right away, but it's kind of just a conglomerate of numbers. So a couple of you, the astute of you, might be like, whoa, Deliver the Bomb's the best, and then click off the video. Well, let me just, okay, you can see Ride the Lightning's in there, but there are a couple of assumptions. So first and foremost, there are a couple of badge XPs. For example, little XP bonuses there. At the end, if you get the Building Badge, the Combat Badge, Exploration, Utility, you can get 500 XP apiece. If you don't know what that is, the Building Badge is essentially just setting up your defense and upgrading your walls. Hopefully, if Editing Beast does his job, you can see it on screen where I'm actually showing you can just get these badges. It's my understanding that you just need to get the bare minimum, so getting silver is really easy for this stuff, and it doesn't take a lot of work. Combat, super easy. Just put down traps or defenders. Anything can, automatically do that. And all of these badges can be obtained during the automatic mission defense, meaning most missions in Fortnite Save the World have a 4 to 8 minute timer where you just can't speed that up in any way. So that's a great time to just set up traps, get the combat while you're running around exploring the whole map. You'll get the exploration badge super easy. And then utility, I'm pretty sure just crafting traps is easy. Editing Beast here. Crafting traps does give you like a tiny amount, but I think the best way to consistently get one badge easily is to just break a ton of trees with an Outlander. That does seem to affect the utility badge, or just like craft ammo, craft a weapon. Crafting traps seem to give a very low amount, and the power level of the weapon did seem to matter. My Vigilante barely gave me any, and my 144 Ravager brought me basically to a free badge. So I'm not sure if you can consistently craft a weapon each time, but if you guys can think of a decent method to do that, I'll try to respond to a pinned comment or pin that myself or something like that. Share with each other in the comment, thumb up a good idea, and you can consistently get that badge. So for 500 XP each, it adds up to about 2,000 bonus per run. On top of that, you can speedrun some missions. I don't have a dedicated list of which missions can be speedran. If you want an easy pin comment on this video, if you could list every mission that can be speedran, that would be great. I tried to implement them where we know they exist. Like you can speedrun Deliver the Bomb, you can speedrun Atlas, I believe you can speedrun even Retrieve the Data. So all of these were factored in. In fact, I can actually tell that I left myself a note that you can't speedrun Retrieve the Data. So take all of my math with a grain of salt, because if you can speedrun it, that just adds up to 1,400 XP straight up. You can see the different bonuses here, 1,100, 1,300, 1,400, depending on how fast you complete the mission. So without further ado, let's get into sort of the breakdowns here, and I guess one more disclaimer. So first and foremost, I have to do a little tilde here, which is about. This is an average, because you're getting roughly 90,000 XP at the end of Frostnite. It's not exactly, it's a little less, and about 90 minutes is about an hour and a half. That is a really quick Frostnite run. I believe that's close to what we did, but if you're slow in Frostnite, you can easily be in that mission for about an hour 35 minutes, or you could be in there for about an hour 26. depending on how quickly you deal with the waves where there is no time limit, you just have to kill the enemies as quickly as possible. I figure Frost Knight is roughly 1,000 Battle Royale XP, Battle Pass XP per minute. That is extremely subject to change, but roughly what you're getting there. And then there are missions like Repair the Shelter, because technically speaking, 12 minutes is the fastest you can possibly go. If you find all of the modules in that 8-minute startup time right away, as fast as you can, there is, a 12-minute minimum. But you're also going to take about a minute to load in, run over to the objective, activate it, wait for everybody to vote. I'm just going to factor in an extra minute of buffer to every single mission type here. If you're really quick and your team is super organized, it might be less than 1 minute and your numbers might be higher than mine. Good for you if you can pull that off, but I think 1 minute is just a nice way to keep it consistent. So at my math, based on how much XP you get for Repair the Shelter, in fact, I think for the rest of the video, it makes sense to go down the list here. You can get 15,200 at the base, and then if you lose, it's 5,400. So we're assuming you beat it at 15,200 plus the battle XP plus the speed running. You get about 1,400 XP a minute. So let's just continue down the way. Refuel the Home Base is a mission that I don't recommend running very often. It is an extremely high maintenance mission. You have, I think, 6 different defenses for the Platinum Victory where you're defending at about 1 minute apiece. That's at least what I was told in chat. But at the same time, you have 20 minutes. That is the minimum speed that you can complete this mission. And that is an incredibly long period of time. So at the most XP that you can possibly get, you're only going to get 900 XP a minute. Kind of a skippable mission. I don't really think that one's worth it. I do believe the Atlas is one of the top contributors or the top options here. So first and foremost, for a category 1, you are only getting 8,400 XP per run, plus the 1,200 bonus just for finding it, I guess, in time. And then you get 2,000 for all your crafting stuff, and then 1,400 if you speedrun it. If you take about 9 minutes, that's what I figure for just grabbing Blue Glow, getting it active, and then it's an 8-minute minimum defense, you are going to get about 1,444 XP a minute, roughly. Or if you can do the category 4, you might get over 2,000 XP a minute. It is worth noting at this point in the video that power level does not seem to matter for any of this. So you can run a category 4 in the lowest level zone possible. I'd recommend running with a group of 4 people for 2 reasons. 1, finding Blue Glow would be a lot faster and setting up a defense would be a lot smoother. Depending on your power level, that might not be super necessary. And 2, you're just getting more XP for everybody involved. So if it's not too much slower to wait for the load times of everybody involved, then why not spread that 2,000 XP a minute to everybody in the party instead of one person? I don't know. It's just kind of something I wanted to consider. So category 4, from my math, seems to be the most efficient mission to run. But again, that's going to take a lot of maintenance because you have to set up traps for 4 different objectives, and it might not be the best way to go. Again, I'm skipping stuff like Hit the Road because all of these modifiers take different time frames, and there are things like finding the survivors and killing the Mistods that can vary wildly. I don't really think there's any consistent way to do the math, and I spitballed some numbers on this, and it's just not good to run Hit the Road for XP anyway. I think it should be worth skipping. Deliver the Bomb, however, takes a huge amount of assumptions. So first and foremost, you get 11,900 for completing it. You get 1,700 just for, keeping it above half health. That's the bonus there. And then if you just find the objective, you get 800. You can't not find the objective to win, so whatever. You get 2,000 badge XP for all the other things, 1,400 for speedrunning. I figured 10 minutes is a fast speedrun, because I used to do this with my friend Cthulhu. We did this on stream, and we were able to pretty consistently get about 10.5 to 11 minutes per run. Sometimes it'd be as low as 9 minutes. So this one is a huge, take this with a grain of salt, because you guys have seen it. Sometimes Deliver the Bomb, those tracks have you running all the way around the map. You have to put down like 35 rails instead of 20, and it's just super, super long escorting that bomb. So this mission could easily take 15 minutes, or if the bomb objectives are close together, it could take 9 minutes. So assuming 10 minutes, yeah, Deliver the Bomb is almost 1,800 XP a minute. But that's why I said at the beginning of the video, you got to be very careful reciting that number, because you need to be going quick, and RNG is a huge factor. So yeah, if you have an organized team who can grab the 4 Blue Glow, connect the tracks as quick as possible, that's a great mission to run, but it's very high maintenance for very similar XP to just what an Atlas or a Retrieve the Data would be. So evacuate the shelter, as I said earlier, 17 minutes just to get everything going, pretty much. It's just really bad. Evacuate the shelter is never something I recommend running. Retrieve the Data is, in my opinion, the best mission for Battle Royale XP. If you came here for a clean answer, retrieve the data is mine. Now, mathematically, it's not the most XP per minute. However, it is by far the easiest because when you start to retrieve the data, you just find the balloon either by looking in the air and seeing it or checking the map, and you can sort of see the storm circle and approximate where the objective is going to be right away, so you don't have to run around hunting it. And then you just run up over to the objective, start it so that you can shoot the balloon down, and you're off to the races. I still give this a +1 minute startup time because you can't always start that objective right away. You don't always find it right away. And even if you do find it right away, you still have to run over to the objectives. So there's about a minute of startup time just to get things active. But once it's going, 8 minutes, super straightforward defense, 1600 XP a minute. Just a little bit of setup every 8 minutes is not too bad because you can just start the setup, go watch one of my videos, come back, start the setup again, load in and out. It's a really, really consistent way to go. However, if you're up for a little bit of extra work, Ride the Lightning might be better yet because Ride the Lightning has 2 objectives totaling about 7 minutes in defense. If I'm not misremembering that, I believe it's 3 minutes and then 4 minutes for defending, which is quite a bit quicker than Atlas. 12.5%, not too bad. But it means that you do have to get a little bit of extra blue glow. So if you can get really lucky, find the Ride the Lightning objective quickly, find that van right away, grab a couple of blue glow and start it, you can search for the other 2 blue glow after you start the mission and not lose any time there. If you can get the 9200 for the van launch, plus the van stage 1 and 2, plus the badge XP, plus the speed run, divided by about a 7-minute defense, call it 8 minutes, you're getting almost 1900 XP a minute, which is pretty solid. Ride the Lightning, like I said, takes a little bit more work. There are 2 objectives there, or 2 defenses, but it's, it's kind of hit or miss, though, because Ride the Lightning, this is sometimes the hardest objective to find, and you can lose a lot of time just hunting for that van. I don't know if this one's exactly worth it. And for the rest of these, it's kind of the same deal. Rescue the survivors, minimum 20 minutes. Build a radar tower is not worth it. Eliminate and collect, I thought would be good because it's just, a 10-minute defense. It's not too bad, but you're only getting 6,400 plus 400. And even if you get all the badges, it's only like 8,000 XP. And even for a 10-minute defense, it's only about 900 XP a minute. It's not that great. Destroy the encampments, same deal. If you go through that super quick in 10 minutes, it's still not even 1,000. But there is sort of a final one here. And this is a little out of season as I'm recording this, but if dungeons are in play, Inferno, I know a very good team can consistently run Inferno in about 3 minutes. And I added 2 minutes here because fail to lock profile is a thing, loading in and out of a mission is a thing. This is probably closer to like 6 or 7 minutes in between missions, but you're getting about 1,300 XP a minute on top of candies, tickets, gold. It's not a bad deal. It's pretty good to speedrun dungeons in general, even before the Battle Royale XP. It's not the most Battle Royale XP that you can get, but it's not a bad mission. So hopefully this cleared it up, you guys. I'm happy to report that we have kind of a clear winner. Retrieve the data surprises nobody, but I'm also happy to report that we do have a couple of other options. Atlas, Deliver the Bomb, and Ride the Lightning are all really strong contenders just for a little bit more work. And it seems as though the Battle Pass XP is pretty achievable. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys. If you guys want to support the channel, hey, code Mista at your checkout really helps support me, continue making these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And then